EVFTA approved to boost VN-EU economic and trade relations. COVID-19 creating an M&A wave in Vietnam. Ho Chi Minh City achieved 20 doctors per 10,000 people. Hello, it's wonderful to have you here in FBNC News with latest updates from Vietnam. I'm Yến Trần. The National Assembly passed resolutions ratifying the EU-Vietnam Free Trade Agreement, or EVFTA, and Investment Protection Agreement, or EVIPA, at its ongoing 9th session in Hanoi on June the 8th. In this post-COVID-19 period, the implementation of EVFTA will help create advantages for Vietnamese businesses from tariff barriers to the EU market being removed and open access to the market worth 18,000 billion US dollars.
The National Assembly passed the resolutions ratifying the EU-Vietnam Free Trade Agreement and Investment Protection Agreement on June 8th, with the approval of 95.45% voters. Immediately after the agreements came into effect, the EU committed to abolish import duties on about 85.6% of tariff lines, equivalent to 7.3% of Vietnam's exports to the EU. After 7 years from 2020, the EU will further eliminate import duties on 99.2% of tariff lines, equivalent to 99.7% of Vietnam's exports. Research by the Ministry of Planning and Investment shows that EVFTA will let Vietnam's export turnover to the EU increase by about 20% in 2020, 42.7% in 2025, and 44.37% in 2030. EVFTA contributes to Vietnam's GDP by an average increase of 3% to 7% from 2019 to 2033. The EVIPA will help Vietnam strengthen its important political and economic position in the Southeast Asia and Asia-Pacific regions, heightening the nation's status in ASEAN and other international organizations. The investment protection deal will encourage Vietnam to keep working to complete its legal system and improve the investment and business environment for all investors. The EVIPA will replace 21 bilateral investment protection agreements that Vietnam has with European governments. The ratification of 2 deals will help tighten the bond between Vietnam and the EU Union in economic development, trade and investment.
The Hanoi Department of Construction has listed 22 commercial housing projects, some completed and some still under construction, where foreigners can own homes, in addition to other 26 projects announced from November 2019 to May 2020.
Currently, foreigners in Vietnam can own up to 30% of apartments in some projects, but demand has far exceeded this level. Therefore, the Vietnamese Real Estate Broker Associations has proposed the government considers increasing the foreign ownership cap in high-end apartment projects. Vietnam is an attractive destination for foreigners due to its favorable geographical positions and great potential for tourism development, while real estate is competitively priced and profitable. The state should increase the foreign ownership caps in apartment projects to attract capitals, increase market transparencies, and stimulate socio-economic development. This should not be considered a short-term solution to restore the property market in the post-COVID-19 pandemic era, but should be a long-term solution, according to representatives from the Vietnam Real Estate Broker Associations.
Weak financial stability and a lack of capital are forcing many businesses to seek M&A deals amid the COVID-19 pandemic.
Doji Gemstone Jewelry Group has completed the acquisitions of Diamond World Company. After the deal, more than 100 stores and nearly 1,000 employees of Diamond World companies now belong to Doji. Though the values of the deal has not been disclosed, most insiders thought the acquisitions of the competitors in the top 3 local jewelry businesses in Vietnam would have a cost of significant sum. In the real estate sector, Thủ Đức Housing Development JSC have also announced it had completed a deal to transfer its entire 49% stake, or 1.813 million shares, at Thủ Đức Agriculture Wholesale Market JSC in June, at a price of 48,400 Vietnam dong, equivalent to $2.1 each. The realty firm will get 87.75 billion Vietnam dongs. Leaders of the firm say it sold the shares to focus on the core business of real estate development. Other M&A deals include the and vegetable oil JSC looking to be merged with the parent company of Keto Group, while FLC Ferrous JSC merged with FLC Mining Investment Assets Management JSC. And there are also reports about a possible merger between 2 local e-commerce platforms, Tiki and Sando. Foreign investors spent an estimated $2.99 billion on contributing capital and buying shares in the first 5 months of the year, though the values of such activities was only 39.1% compared to the same period last year. The values of the deals increased by 11.6% from the first 5 months of 2019. Experts said Vietnam should welcome all kinds of investment injections in such a difficult context. However, it is also necessary to have a strict control mechanisms to avoid the risk of receiving bad capital flows or having imported industry acquired.
Australia's Anti-Dumping Commission has initiated an investigation into alleged dumping and subsidization on painted steel trapping exported to Australia from China and Vietnam.
The investigation was initiated following an application lodged by the Signal Packaging Group Australia, a manufacturer of painted steel trapping in Australia. According to the Anti-Dumping Commission's notice, the application alleged that the goods had been exported from China and Vietnam to Australia at prices lower than their normal value. The alleged dumping and subsidization caused material injury to the Australian industry, producing similar goods through price suppression, loss of profits, reduced profitability, and a decline in capital investment. The Trade Remedies Authority of Vietnam, in its letter to Australia Anti-Dumping Commission, noted that it had found that the sales of domestic goods increased in 2017, then slightly declined in 2018 and 2019 by around 3%, comparing to the benchmark of 2016. Meanwhile, the sales of allegedly dumped imports experienced a significant decrease of about 10 to 25% from 2017 to 2019. It meant that the decrease in domestic goods was less than the figure in dumped imports during the examined period. The Trade Remedies Authority of Vietnam also said that the depression in exports of steel trapping of Signal could be a reason causing injury to sales, not due to imports of steel trapping which had been allegedly dumped in the Australian market. The investigation period was from April 1, 2019 to March 31, 2020 to determine whether dumping and subsidization had occurred. Submissions must be no later than July 3 this year.
The mobile mounted police team was introduced on Monday morning at a parade at Hanoi's Badin Square. National Assembly Chairwoman Nguyễn Thị Kim Ngân and other deputies attended the ceremony.
Speaking at the ceremony, National Assembly Chairwoman Nguyễn Thị Kim Ngân congratulated the Ministry of Public Security and the Mobile Police Command for the creation of the new combat unit. The police force and mobile police play an important role in implementing measures to protect national security and preserve social order. However, with increasing complex crimes, the mobile police force needed to be improved. In response, the MOPS and Mobile Police Command established a mobile mounted police regiment to gradually increase the capacity and combat power of the mobile police force. Chairwoman Ngân said, "This is a new field and we do not have much experience or skill in training. Facilities and human resources for the force are still limited, but with the determination of the MOPS and the Mobile Police Command, the Mobile Mounted Police Team's training has recorded remarkable initial results." Currently stationed in Bình Sơn Commune Nông Cống City in the northern province of Thái Nguyên, the training center has more than 100 horses from 2 to 4 years old. Of these, 70 have been trained and the rest were for breeding. The Mobile Mounted Police Regiment is tasked to disperse grounds and arrest criminals, especially in remote mountainous areas.
With pork prices rising relentlessly, pigs are being smuggled over the border from neighboring countries into Vietnam. The meat now sells for around $4 per kilogram.
According to the An Giang Province Border Guard, in the first 5 months of this year, it has helped prevent 6 cases of pig smuggling and seized more than 6 tons of smuggled pork. A spokesman said the incident of smuggling had increased recently. He said smugglers bring pigs to the Tiên and Hậu rivers from neighboring countries and use small boats to fetch them to local markets at night under the covers of darkness. Authorities in other border provinces such as Long An and Đồng Tháp have also recently stopped pig smuggling from Cambodia. A source from the Lao Bảo border guard stations in the central province of Quảng Trị revealed that on May 21st, soldier has spotted 2 smugglers bringing pigs in from Laos. It was the 5th time the soldiers had escorted smuggler and in all seized nearly 100 pigs worth hundreds of millions of dongs. According to relevant agency in Quảng Trị province, the water level in the siphon rivers is now lower than normal, enabling smugglers to transport pigs from Savannakhet province in Laos. Traders also buy the pigs in Thailand. When the animals arrive in Vietnam, they are loaded on lorries and transported to markets. Pigs on the hoof sell for 50,000 Vietnam dong to 60,000 Vietnam dong per kilogram in Thailand, Laos, and Cambodia, but 100,000 Vietnam dong now in Vietnam, offering windfall profit to smugglers. Authorities warn this poses a risk of spreading African swine fevers and threatening food safety. Since the last week of March, the Quảng Trị province administration has required authorities to prevent the smuggling of pigs across the border, but the situation has not improved.
Ho Chi Minh City Department of Health said that the training program of human resources of Ho Chi Minh City for the period of 2016 to 2020 has achieved the basic goal of increasing the number of doctors to 20 per 10,000 people.
Specifically, from 2016 to 2020, the number of doctors per 10,000 people will increase from 16 to 20. The number of nurses per 10,000 people will also increase from 33.3 to 35. From 2016 to 2019, the number of officials and postgraduate public employees in health sector increased by nearly 500 people. Continuing to improve the quality of human resources for the health sector in the period of 2021 to 2026, Ho Chi Minh City strives to reach 21 doctors and 40 nurses per 10,000 people. Along with that, retraining and supplementary training for 100% of health workers must be provided to update their knowledge, professional skills, and improve their service behavior.
UK education organization Quacquarelli Simons recently announced its 2021 QS World University Rankings, with the Vietnam National University VNU Hanoi and VNU Ho Chi Minh City finding places among other names in the list. The rankings featured 1,002 of the world's most prestigious universities in 93 countries and territories, based on a methodology that assesses each institution on 6 metrics, including its reputation among academics and employers. There were 47 new entrants in this year's top 1,000, while more than 5,500 universities were evaluated and considered for inclusion. MIT in the US continued its record-breaking streak at the head of the rankings, leading the way for the 9th year in a row. The big story, however, is the impressive gains made by Asian universities, with a record 26 from the region now featuring in the top 100. Singapore has 2 educational institutions in the top 15, while 20 Malaysian universities are in the top 1,000. The US again boasts the most top universities, with 4 in the top 5. The Ministry of Planning and Investment of Vietnam and Facebook have jointly launched the Brown Vietnam project, including the immense Vietnam music video, which aims to promote the country's tourism sector. The project also aims to attract domestic and foreign tourists to Vietnam and is expected to be a source of national pride for the Vietnamese people in response to the Prime Minister's call for post-COVID-19 academic and tourism promotion. The launch also marked a start of the immense Vietnam fan page, which showcases Vietnam's natural beauty and rich cultural identity, a destination that lends itself perfectly to tourism and business alike. The immense Vietnam music video made its debut with the participation of Vietnamese artists, including singer Minh Hằng, supermodel Hoàng Yến, actor Linh Bình Phát, and other stars who bring with them a wave of optimism that showcases the best of Vietnam. The video was directed by internationally renowned Japanese-Brazilian director Mauricio Osaki. The event Proud Vietnam is in the hashtag FB4 economy pillar of the Facebook for Vietnam campaign, one of the Facebook's key programs in Vietnam in 2020. Hashtag FB4 economy includes a series of programs that aim to contribute to the country's business community, especially small and medium enterprises, to help Vietnam's economic recovery after COVID-19. Craft villages have a role to promote community images and create a sustainable social environment for the countryside. Especially maintaining craft villages creates livelihoods for the young people who are affected by the urbanization process. During the COVID-19 pandemic, many craft villages in Hanoi had to go through many difficulties, but it helped young people realize how traditional jobs really mean to them.
Phu Xuyên district in Hanoi is a famous locality with a pearl mosaic making village. As the profession developed, some young people in the village also began to care more about traditional handicraft. But since the outbreak of COVID-19, production has become more difficult. Many workshops saw their sales revenue decreased by 30%, making it difficult to keep jobs, let alone the inspiration to transfer the skills to young people.
Làm thì về đây làm nói chung là cũng vẫn phải đào tạo, rồi là vẫn phải nâng cấp thêm nghề nghiệp, nhưng mà nói chung là qua cái vừa rồi làm nụng thì năm nay thì nó xảy ra cái biến cố dịch ấy, thì nói chung là làm ăn nó cũng có nhiều cái khó khăn.
Lê Tuấn Anh is a young person who started as an embroidery artisan 2 years ago. He and many other peers in the village have learned and spread their love for the profession, which helps preserving his father's famous quất động embroidery. However, the COVID-19 caused numerous difficulties for this newborn business. But above all, Tuấn Anh and his colleagues feel lucky that they can still live with the job.
Và qua dịch Covid này thì mình rất là may là khi mình có một nghề truyền thống, và nghề truyền thống này của mình thì nó sẽ đảm bảo được sinh kế bền vững cho mình.
Recognizing the importance of keeping traditional jobs, local authorities and many organizations not only support young people in rural areas to learn vocational training but also equip them with financial management skills to start a business of their own.
Rõ ràng là cái cơ hội của các bạn thanh niên làng nghề thì thuận hơn rất là nhiều so với việc các bạn di cư đi làm những cái công việc lao động tự do khác.
Là cái nghề của địa phương bị mai một đi thì cũng muốn là phối hợp để đào tạo cho các bạn trẻ. Khi học xong thì cũng muốn lập nghiệp tại địa phương.
Craft villages may be experiencing the most difficult time in recent years, but with the love from young artisans who don't want to lose their traditional values, things will soon become better and new success is not too far away.
The Hanoi ceramic mosaic mural is an artwork created to celebrate the millennial anniversary of Thăng Long, Hanoi. The project has been a symbol of the capital city for the past 10 years. However, in order to enlarge the side road, part of this ceramic mural has to be removed in regret of many Hanoians.
Sections of the ceramic road are being demolished, and these barriers were erected around the Oka Street enlargement project. Many people regret seeing the world's largest ceramic mosaic being torn down, as it had always been part of their life for the past 10 years.
Theo tôi nghĩ là nhà nước lên sau khi đã mở rộng được và nâng cấp được cái đường từ đây cho đến cầu Thăng Long thì cố gắng là sẽ làm tiếp cái con đường gốm sứ cho dài thêm nữa cho nó càng ngày càng đẹp.
Nguyễn Thu Thủy, director of New Hanoi Arts Company, who joined the Mural designing process in 2007, said the part that will be removed include the work about Bùi Xuân Phái old quarters painting.
Tôi rất là mong thành phố cấp để làm bù lại nguyên con số kỷ lục mà thành phố đang nằm số hiện nay.
The Hanoi ceramic mosaic murals has made into the Guinness Book as the world's largest ceramic mosaic.
And that's it for today. Thank you for watching. We're looking forward to seeing you next time. Goodbye.